So it's not that often anymore that people contact me and ask me to review something. So when a company contacted me and asked me if I wanted to review some filament, I jumped on the opportunity. But they sent me PETG. And I've printed PETG before without a problem. But the only operating printer I have right now is my Delta right here. And it doesn't have a heated bed. So this video is going to be a kind of a combination of me testing out this Yousu PETG 3D filament on an unheated bed for a project that I had a perfect job for this to complete. So if you want to see what I'm going to do, make sure you watch the rest of this video. Stay tuned. So hello and welcome inside the Mind of Matt. If this is your first time here, I do 3D printing, metal casting. I use those to do projects for different things, and I also like to fly drones and include a little bit of FPV footage. And I'm working on some other things, so you just have to indulge me because this is inside the Mind of Matt. You're here to see what I'm working on with my 3D printer and other stuff. That being said, once again, I was sent some 3D filament. It's PETG from Yousu, and I've never heard of it. I've never printed it, so we're going to test it out. But once again, the only printer that I've got functioning is my Anycubic Castle 3D printer. I did a full video series on that, which you can check out in the upper right hand corner right there. But anywho, this does not have a heated bed, so the stuff that I have been using for bed adhesion works pretty good. I've printed TPU on this. I've printed PLA, lots of that, and I think that's pretty much it. But I've been able to get TPU to stick to this unheated. I've actually replaced the existing bed that it came with. It was just a piece of glass, and this is a mirror that I got from one of the local craft stores. But anywho, what I do use is what's called Tesla glue. Now I'm going to do some research during this making of this video, and if this stuff is still available, I'll make sure I leave a link in the description as to where you can get it. And I've been using it. It was sent to me by Tesla way back when they, fell in love with Inside the Mind of Matt. This is what I use for bed adhesion, and it works really good. So it's going to be, this video is going to be a bunch of stuff. Like I said, I'm going to test out this PETG from Yousu on an unheated bed for a project that I have at work where we made this box that controls some motors, and we put some holes in it for some vents. Alright, so I'm going to say 5 by 3. 5 by 3 inches, that's what I'm going to make. Let's go. And I'm going to make some grates for it, and we're going to print them up, hopefully, successfully with this PETG from Yousu. And hopefully everything will stick and everything will work out. Plus I got one other project or one other thing that I'm going to print with this stuff. And I'm not going to elaborately print a bunch of stuff just to print stuff with it. I've actually got some useful prints to print with this. So let's go over to the computer. I've got a little bit of Fusion 360 work to do before I can start printing. And then we'll get this thing loaded up and hopefully get a successful print. So, once again, let's head over to the computer. Alright, Fusion's here. We are going to start out with a sketch. So, all right, let's go. I don't know exactly what temp I'm gonna print this at, but I'll come back here in a second. I'm gonna check the print settings. All right, let's take a look at this filament. All right, this is a nice looking roll. The spool is pretty nice. It's clear, it's plastic. Looking for some print settings. And I don't know. Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Alright, I'm going to check out their website, I guess, and see if I can find some print settings for this roll of filament.
But while I've got this thing in my hand, I guess I might as well load it on one of my handy dandy filament spool holders.
Okay, so looking at their website, you see the price is $28.30 for a 1 kilogram roll, but there are no print recommendations anywhere. So I'm just going to go with my kind of go-to PETG settings. And let's see what we'll do. Temperature.
So I did change my settings a few times during the first print in order to start tweaking, and stick around and you'll see at the end.
Alright, let's see how fast it's going to print now. Not that speed is a matter for me, but I do have to print 2 of these. I was hoping to get them ready for tomorrow, so let's see how good this stuff is going to print. 2 hours, 38 minutes. I'm going to save that to Qbert. He's over here. Octoprint setup. And hopefully we're going to see some first layer porn. Okay, so the first one just finished printed. I did have a little bit of warping on some of the corners, which really is typical of this printer. The finish is pretty decent, except for where it warped. And I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because I didn't put a fresh spray of my bed adhesion. I'm going to make a few adjustments and I'm going to print a second one, and we'll try to print something else if there's enough time before I go to bed. This is going to get screwed to the front of the cover, so I think it should be alright. We'll see what happens with the second one. If it turns out better, I might just print a new one. Alright, print number 2, after tweaking a few settings, I had a much better success. There was no bed raising, everything stayed down, everything printed nice and smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this a success. Well, I did get a little raise on this one little corner right there, but not enough to affect the overall finish. So I'm gonna get another print started. That way they'll be ready for work. Alright, it's the next morning, the second part printed. Pretty much, I did change the orientation 45 degrees just to see if I could get to a less warped spot. I still did get a little bit of corner lifting, but the rest of it stayed. So I'm heading off to work, and we're going to take these guys and we're going to install them. Alright. Woohoo! Looks like the holes match up just right. Well, that's what it's going to look like. Gotta get some screws, and we'll get this thing screwed on. Finish up. Then I gotta work the rest of the day. Damn it. That's what I was afraid of. This time I won't crack it. Just a little crack. Probably reprint it. Alright, so I got a grinder. I'm going to clean those off and make them nice and smooth. And finished product. Alright, I'm gonna go home. I got some more printing to do. So stay tuned for the rest of this video. So I got home, I fired up Simplify 3D, sliced up a few more models and printed them pretty successfully, if you ask me. Now the first one is a clip, basically, for the mask, because it's relevant to the current situation. But I haven't been wearing a mask because I'm not around anybody and you can't see my lips. The other thing was a tick remover, because me and my son were talking and he's got a new dog and it's getting to that time where ticks are going to be about, and I figured something nice and tall and skinny would be a good test, except for it broke. So bottom line, my conclusion, if you've made it this far, is PETG, it is a useful filament for certain things, not useful for other things. It does have some particular temperature and speed that you have to work with. It's not necessarily my favorite material to work with, but when you do get your settings down right, it is a really nice filament to print with. That being said, this filament, once again, it was sent to me to review. Would I recommend it? I would say for the price, it's kind of comparable to what's going around, and if it's available, then why not try it? I'll leave a link in the description where you can get some if you so choose. It will be an affiliate link, which will just help out the channel but not cost you anything extra. As far as the project, I think it went quite well. I liked my design. The boss asked maybe if the holes could be a little bit bigger, so maybe I might go back into Fusion and tweak a little bit and reprint them. The other thing is, there isn't any fault of anything other than my settings and my calibration. I know that with a delta, you can either get a convex or concaved type of movement in the axis if you don't have a number just right. And I believe at right towards the outside of my bed is where I always get a bed warpage. So I try not to print anything really big, and I try to stay more towards the center. And when I do, I can pretty much get PETG to print on a bed that's not heated. After my research, I did discover that this stuff might not be available. So if you have a suggestion as to what you use on an unheated bed for PETG, then maybe leave a comment down in the comment section. Other than that, I hope everybody is doing well and staying healthy and following the rules and mandates and requests of your local governments, and I hope that we all get through this together. If you guys have some extra time in your hand, I've got over 300 videos for you to go and watch while you're in quarantine. And I hope that you're subscribed. Hit the like button if you like this video. And keep on coming back, because there will be more inside the Mind of Matt. Happy printing. Be safe pouring. Stay healthy. Peace out.